Hello everyone, welcome back to the UiPath Apps Zero to Hero series. In previous video, we have seen how to get started with UiPath Apps. Then we have seen the different tabs available in UiPath Apps dashboard where you can run or you can build a new app from a scratch, right? And then we have landed on the UiPath App Studio canvas where you can see we have different controls, we have designer panel, we have properties panel. So in this video, we are going to talk about the different controls and its properties. And there are different resources that we can connect to UiPath apps that we are going to see over here. Let's start with an overview of UiPath controls. Controls are the building blocks used to design your app interface, allowing you to create interactive elements for users. So there are different kinds of controls present in the UiPath apps. On the left hand side, you can see we have input, display, containers, icon. In the designer panel itself, you can see we have used one template to create this app. And in this one, you can see we have this first name in the form of text area. Then we have a drop down for the state, then drop down for a country. Then we have a submit button to trigger a certain task, right? So these are different kinds of controls available in UiPath apps, we can see. First, we have input controls. These are essential for gathering information from users. Let's take an example. Like when you want to include fields for entering data, or you want to select a particular value from a drop down, or you want to give a radio button to select a particular option. So in that condition, we have to use the input controls. And in that particular scenario, it comes to in picture. Then we have display controls. If I expand the display controls, then you can see we have different display controls are already listed: custom list, divider, document viewer, the file downloader, iframe, label. So these are the different display controls are available in UiPath App Studio that you can leverage to design your app. Then moving forward, we have containers control. Container controls help to organize your app layout by grouping related controls together. Let's take an example. If you see on the screen, there are two different containers present over here. So one contains the input form which has different fields, and then in the second container we have action buttons in the form of submit and the cancel button. So these inputs can be placed in a different containers. In coming episodes, we are going to discuss each and every control in detail. Now moving to the next control that we have, the icons. While designing your app, you feel like you want to utilize some of the icons while designing to decorate your application page. So in that scenario, you can use these particular icons. Now we have discussed the different controls which are available in UiPath App Studio. On the screen, you can see there are multiple controls which has been drag and drop over here and utilized to design your app. If I click on any of the control, then on the right hand side you can see there are different properties of each and every control are already listed. So there are different properties starting with the general, then we have the event, then the style. So in the general properties, if I clicked on this particular control, then you can see there are general properties like int, input, mask, default value, label of this particular control that we are drag and drop. In case if you want to change a name of the control, then test we can give, that will be applied to the control. After the general properties, then we have the events. In the events, you can create a certain rules for a particular container or a button. I close this one. Now let's move to the submit button. This is the input control we have. And if I go to the events, if I click on the create rule, here you can define a certain rule. What action needs to be performed after you clicked on that submit button. So that we can define over here. Here we can assign value to a particular variable or or we can show a message, or after clicking on that submit button, if you want to open a certain page, so that we can do over here. Then we have the third property called style. Here you can give the styling to your page, like the page that you are designing. You can give the styling. Here in the properties you can see we have layout. If you want to set the layout vertical or horizontal, that you can give from here. Then allow wrapping, you can change the font, you can give the border, you can adjust the size, you can give the colors, that you can do over here. In this video, we have discussed the different controls which are available in UiPath Studio and different properties, so that we are going to apply while we design a real-time project in upcoming episodes. In next episode, we are going to see the different resources are available in the control itself, where we can connect the entities, connection, process, storage buckets. So how we can do that, that we are going to see in the next episode of this series. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.